Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I am Wally Graham and I am in Singapore. I'm at the Tribeca Future Facing Commodities Conference. I'm catching up with Frazer Tabeart. Frazer, Alma Metals, and you are very busy in Queensland of all places, but it wouldn't be surprising to have a copper project in Queensland, which you have, the Briggs Copper Project. Can you just tell us how that's moving along?
Yeah, it's moving along very nicely. It's a very large project. We've got over 400 million tonnes now outlined in our initial inferred resource, so we're very pleased with that. So there's over 1 million tonnes of copper metal in the ground. We've also got quite a lot of molybdenum credits as well. So the resource is shaping up as being very large. There's a couple of other things we really like about it. One, it's right at surface. So it's got the potential for very low strip ratio open pit mining. It's clearly going to get bigger. I mean, we've only drilled probably less than a half of the surface geochemical anomaly, which is quite pronounced. So the system's sort of over 2 kilometres long and 1 kilometre wide. So we're very confident that it's going to grow in scale. Preliminary met looks pretty good. Obviously needs to be optimised, but the early indications are we don't have any concerns about the metallurgy. And then probably one of the most important things is we're very close to really good quality regional infrastructure. So we're only 60 k's west of Gladstone, and we've got road, rail links into Gladstone from within 10 kilometres of where the deposit lies, and access to power, gas pipelines, water, etc. So it's ticking a lot of boxes you want to see for a project that can be developed.
So how much of that system have you actually drilled? Like you said, it was quite big. So to have the results you've got so far, I can't imagine you've drilled all of it.
No, not at all. In fact, we've only drilled 30 holes. And a project of this scale, you'd normally need to drill at least 10 times that number of holes to sort of fully understand the distribution of the copper. So yeah, it's relatively early stage for us. I mean, that's why the resource is still inferred. We think there's significant potential to increase that, possibly double or triple it in size. We've certainly got enough aerial extent of outcropping mineralisation to do that. So it just needs a lot more drilling. And that'll be part of our next program. Will be some more drilling, but also some infill drilling. There's areas within that resource where we're seeing higher grade, and the surface geochemical sampling's picking that up. And where we've drilled those higher surface grades, we're getting higher grades in the drilling in the top 200 metres. So that's an important part of trying to identify what might be a 3 to 5 year higher grade starter pit option. And that infill will also give us an indicated resource, and we can use that to sort of build up a scoping study and ultimately publish the results of that.
All right, so when do you sort of envisage being out getting this drilling underway?
Oh, look, we'd like to start in May, so pretty much at the end of the wet season. We're fortunate where we are. It hasn't been an overly wet season, for want of a better word. I was out there a couple of weekends ago and it's looking nice and green. The cans are looking healthy. Landowner's happy for us to come back and do some more work. So all those sort of soft issues are looking pretty good. We'll be back out in May. All things going well, that'll be about a four-month drilling program. And then that'll give us information for the next round of metallurgy, and then starting that scoping study.
Oh, cool. And how's the turnover with your assay results up there in Queensland? All right?
Yeah, they've actually been really good. Compared with most other places in the world, they've been almost twice as quick. So we've typically had assays within 4 to 6 weeks of samples landing in the lab. I mean, like 10 years ago, you'd have thought that was a long time, but these days, you're normally pretty happy with that. So, the lab there's been really good to work with.
So drilling around May, results hopefully around about July.
Well, that's sort of, certainly initial results in July, and then, probably a good 4 months of result flow. And then, information coming out of MET programs, and then, the scoping study. So, good news flow throughout the whole year, really.
And then just get back out there and keep on drilling.
That's what this project's all about. It's all about drilling. More drilling is going to be more resource, higher confidence, and, better chance of getting the thing developed.
All right. Well, Frazer, thanks for your time. Always appreciate it. It's always good to catch up. And no doubt we'll catch up again soon.
Thanks, Wally. Cheers.